2 pi and pi. For a circle, what is the ratio of the circumference to the radius? And 2, for a circle, what is the ratio of the circumference to the diameter? So we are only asked for the ratio of the circumference to the radius and the diameter. Angle in radians, is arc length divided by radius. So what happens when you go once around the circle? Bear with me. Can you add up all these distances? That circumference divided by radius is equal to 6.28. So the ratio of a full circumference to radius is always 6.28. No matter what circle you choose, circumference divided by radius is always equal to 6.28. Circumference divided by radius is always going to be 6.28. Something that you can do at home. Here is a clock. So what do? We put a string around the clock and measure the circumference. Now we have the circumference. Now we measure the radius. Circumference divided by radius is going to be 6.28. The ratio of the circumference to the radius is going to be 6.28. Let us take a cup. Again, measure the circumference. Put a string around the cup. Measure that length. And that length divided by the radius is going to be 6.28. Here is another wall clock. Again, put a string around the clock. Measure that length. That length divided by the radius is going to be 6.28. Okay, enough of the radius. Let's divide circumference by the diameter. Let us now divide the circumference by the diameter. All right, not the radius, by the diameter. Again, like before, you put a string around the clock. Measure that length, divide that by the diameter of the circle. The diameter of the circle. What do we get? We get 3.14 as the ratio of the circumference to the diameter. What happens if we go for the cup? Again, put a string around the cup. Measure that length, divide that length by the full diameter. And what do we get? That ratio is going to be 3.14. Let us go back to the wall clock and measure the circumference again. Measure that length, divide that length by the diameter. And that is the diameter. So measure the circumference and divide that length by the diameter, and the ratio is going to be 3.14. And this is George Mathew signing off. Good luck.